Hey, folks, it's Dave back here, and just got in the new shootouts, or new for me, a new shootouts. I should say a new shootout season. Okay, I got 2007, 2008. I will need a die over here, though, so hang on one second, just still setting up over here. So, all right, let me show you what I got right here. So, I'm going to go overhead, and we have, again, 0708, 0708. I have Washington and Pittsburgh. I have not put this into the helper yet, so we're just going to play old school here on the table. Should be kind of fun. I got my old school score sheet here. And so we're going to have Washington with Ovechkin, right? With Ovechkin going up against Malkin and Crosby and Fleury as well. So let me get my goalies right now. I'm not going to mess around with goalies. Sometimes I roll for goalies, but we're going to go Fleury in the net here. I wasn't even going to think about it. And he's going to be a C goalie. Imagine that. He's a C goalie. So Fleury is a C. And I'm going to go Kolzig over here because we want best against best today. And Kolzig's actually a D. Wowzers. All righty. So we do need to roll. So away, Pittsburgh's either a D or an E. Imagine that, a D or an E on the road. Wowzers. So they'll be an E on the road. So Pittsburgh is an E on the road. And Washington is either going to be C or D at home. And a 4 makes them a D. So not good rolls here by the boys. So Washington will be a D. So I need to look at my handy-dandy chart here. Again, this is you look at this chart here and you cross-reference and you try to figure out what the scoring chances will be. I am using the fast action cards tonight. I have 2 sets over here, and I'll be using them both. All right, so for scoring ranges for Pittsburgh, they are an E offense, which is weird. Again, it's kind of rated kind of weird, but we're going to go with it. Again, you'd think they'd be a little bit higher than that, but maybe they were terrible on the road against a D. So E offense, D goalie is 1 to 17. So they'll be 1 to 17. So 1 to 17. And if we add 15, that's going to get that up to 32, right? So 1 to 32 on the power play. So I'm going to put this over here for Pittsburgh. So that reminds me that that's the scoring range for Pittsburgh. Now Washington is a D, shooting on C. So Fleury's a better goalie. So we have a D shooting on C. So a D shooting on C is 84 to 100, if I looked at that correctly. And on the power play, I would subtract 15. So it's going to be 74, 69, I believe. Right? 69 to 0-0 on the power play. So that will be Washington's scoring range. And I'll just kind of put these here so we can both see them when we flip the cards. So that's what we got. So 1 to 17 for Pittsburgh over here, and 84 to 100 for Washington. All right, so let's kick things off here as we play some shootout hockey as Barbara comes by. Hi, Barbara. Okay, so I don't need to have this chart here. I'll get up my shots on goal chart, and we're ready to go here. And what's fun about this season here is, look over here, the Rangers. They get Shanahan, Yager, Lundqvist in the net. I might play this game next, one of these two teams next. You got Detroit with Hasek in the net with Osgood. Chelios is still on the team. This team went to the finals there. San Jose with Joe Thornton and Chichu and Marleau. Jeremy Roenick was on the team. I mean, this is a fun little season here, and I'm kind of glad I picked this up. So I should have some fun here tonight and going forward with the 2007-2008 hockey season. All righty. So let's start this off. Let's see how many minutes come off the clock. Okay, so we have 4 minutes off the clock. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's going to happen in the first 4 minutes of the game? We're going to flip this card right here. A 7. So that'll be a scoring chance for the visitors. So Pittsburgh with a scoring chance. Let's see who's going to get this scoring chance. So it's going to be B. So B is Sikora. So Sikora with a scoring chance. Sikora, where from the face-off circle, And let's see, is it going to be a goal for Sakura? It's a rebound. So shot and a save and a rebound. Now, Kolzig's rebound is 4. So the rebound of 4, and the rebound here is 3, and he makes the save. So we're going to call that 2 scoring chances here. And Kolzig comes up big here, denying the Pittsburgh Penguins here early in the game. So fantastic chance there, but Olaf Kolzig, Oli the goalie, making the save. So we're going to get 1 minute off the clock, right? Oh, you know something? I completely screwed that up. That should have been a 0 minutes off the clock. Yep, there you go. Because yep. So that I'm thinking back there. That should have been 0 minutes. We're gonna go with 4 minutes. Okay, we're gonna call that a human error. Just in case you're watching the game, you got to look at the minutes, not at this number here. So that's a Dave screw up. Okay, it's been a long day. I was up in New Hampshire today doing playoffs. All right, so now it's going to be 1 minute off the clock. So we'll go with that. We'll go with the human error factor, okay? Just want to, in case anybody's watching, I want to know that I did mess up, and that's how to do it. So a 65 is going to be absolutely nothing. So we're going to put that away, and we don't worry about that. So now we flip for time, 2 minutes off the clock. And let's flip this one here. And a 70 is, nope, nothing for anybody. So we continue on. 2 minutes off the clock. So you make that mistake once and you don't make it again. 2 minutes off the clock. And the number is 86. So that'll be a scoring chance for Washington. All right, so Washington with a scoring chance. Who's it going to be? K. And K is right here, Bradley. So the third line. So Bradley is going to get the scoring chance. From the blue line, that's pretty terrible, though. And Bradley is, he got it on the net. Fleury has to make an incredible save. All right, so we'll look for the save. It's a 9, Fleury save, 6 to 8 and 12, and he will score. So who got that goal there? That we said that was K, right? K. So that's going to be a score, and we said it was Bradley. So in the first period, at the 8:31 mark, Bradley, don't even know who Bradley is, but he puts Washington up 1-0. Let's check for the assists now. So it's going to be defensive line 1, because I'm looking right here. And it's going to be the right wing. So Bradley is his own right wing. So let's flip again. So it's going to be the right D. So it's going to be Pody. So Bradley from Pody, and I'll flip one more time to try to get a second assist, and the center. Because what you do is you start here, then you go here, then you go here. So the center on the Bradley line is Nylander. So Bradley from Pody and Nylander, and the Capitals have taken a 1-0 lead here in the first period against the Penguins. How does it play? Well, cross error, Ovi versus Gretzky. I think it does well. There's in the rules it tells you what to do. Sometimes you don't have to do anything, and sometimes you have to make an adjustment. I usually play within season, so I have never played it that way. Just saying. But from what people tell me, they have a good time with it. All righty, so we have 1 minute off the clock. I can't believe I made that mistake right off the bat. That was funny. All right, minute off the clock. A 96. That's going to be another scoring chance. All righty, so here we go. Washington with another scoring chance. Who's it going to be? M. It's going to be Gordon. Wow, the third and fourth lines are cashing in. So we have Gordon. I don't even know who Gordon is. Gordon shooting from the blue line again. Let's try this card over here. So shooting from the blue line. And he scores. And wow, Gordon puts it home. And it's 2-0. So Commissioner Gordon gets the goal, and that goal will come at 9:38. So a minute and 7 seconds later, and Commissioner Gordon puts it home. And just like that, it is 2-0 for the Capitals. So Gordon is on line 4. So we have line 1 coming out. So it's the right D. So it's going to be Pody again. So Pody with a pair of assists. And the second assist will be the right wing on Gordon and Pettinger. So Gordon from Pody and is it Probably Pettinger, right? Pettinger. And just like that, 2-0 here for the Penguins. So Bradley and Gordon. So far, Ovechkin and Crosby have been very quiet. So we get 3 minutes off the clock. Our number is 18. Oh, just missed. 1-17 over here. That's an 18. So the Penguins just missed a scoring chance. So now we have 3 minutes off the clock. And that's a 6. So that will be Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh with another scoring chance. Let's see who it's going to be. Defenseman Ryan Whitney is going to get the chance. So Whitney going to get the scoring chance. Whitney from the face-off circle, and Whitney will score. And so the Penguins are on the board at 15-21. We have the defenseman Ryan Whitney. So all these guys are really, I was excited to play this season. I'm like, man, I don't know anybody. Let's check assists out here. So he's out with line 1 because he's a defenseman, line 1, D1. The right D, he's his own right D. So it's going to go to the center. So it's going to be Malkin. And let's flip for one more. And it's going to be anybody with a 6 over here. No, so we flipped enough cards. We're just going to call it Malkin. So Whitney from Malkin, and the Penguins are on the board. It's now 2-1. And we have 2 minutes off the clock. And a 79. It's going to be short, so nothing there. This might end the period. 2 minutes, final minute of the period. Let's see if anybody gets a chance. A 76. Nope, no chances there. And that will end the period. So the score after 1, it is Washington 2 and Pittsburgh 1. Let's check for our shots on net. So we had 3 scoring chances. We roll the die. It's a 5. That'll be 13 shots on net for Pittsburgh. And then for Washington, 2 scoring chances. They scored on them both. Ooh, 2 and a 6. That'll be 14 shots. So a lot of shots on goal in this period by each team. High-flying game, as we thought. All right, so let's go to the second period. Let me do some card shuffling here. So while I'm shuffling cards, how are you guys doing here tonight? What are you guys playing? Anybody doing anything good? We've been watching some really crazy show on Netflix. I think it's called The Residence. And it's about, they have this dinner at the White House. And one of the workers there, like a butler, or maybe the head, I don't know if he's the head butler, the guy, they put on all these dinners and stuff at the White House. And there was a fight between like the cooks and the pastry chefs, and somebody's dead. Like one of the workers are dead. So they have, they can't let anybody go. And they have this detective in there, and she's like questioning everybody. It's the middle of the night, and everybody's tired. And it reminds me so much of the movie Clue. If you've ever seen the movie Clue, it's just like that. It's someone going around and asking questions, where were you? And they're replaying the scenarios out. It's kind of goofy. It's all right, though. So we've been having fun with that. I think it's called The Residence on Netflix, if anybody's seen it. All right, so that's enough of the first intermission. Let's get going here. So, again, Washington and Pittsburgh. From Washington, 2-1 for Washington. So we have 3 minutes off the clock. All right, I'll get it right this time. Remember that first flip I screwed up? I hate when I mess up, but I do. Oh, we got a penalty B. So we have some fisticuffs going on here. Penalty B, home and away. Okay, so let's see what it's going to be. So penalty B is 2 and 2. Do we have a 2? So we have root 2. All right. And we have Erskine. So we have a fight here. So we have root 2 and Erskine. So 2 minutes and 50 seconds into the second period. So we have, I think that's Christian Root. No, Jonathan Root 2, I think it is. So Root 2 with a 5 minute, and then a matching 5 minute over here for Erskine. All righty. 5 minutes fighting. I believe that's what it is. So do I have a 2 and a 2? Yes, I have a 2, and I have a 2. So that's what's going to happen here. That's how I'm going to play it. And so we have fighting mages here to kick off the second period. All right, so we have 4 minutes off the clock. 2, 3, 4. That's a genuine 4. Okay, that's a genuine 4. That's not a Dave 4. All right, so 98. That's going to be over here. So that's going to be a chance for Washington. So the home team with another chance. Let's see who this is going to be. H. Oh, Backstrom. So Backstrom will get the chance here for Washington. Backstrom, from the blue line again, though. And he will score. Backstrom from the blue line. And he scores at 6:56. I love how these seconds are in here. It just kind of gives you some pretty cool things here. It's cool. I like exact numbers, if you will. So Backstrom gets the goal. And it's 3-1. Now let's see who's going to get the assist now. So we have line 1, D1. We have a 6. Is anybody a 6? Yes, Green. So Green gets an assist. So he overrides everybody and gets an assist. And the second one is a left winger. So Ovechkin finally cashes in. So Ovi will get an assist in this game. And it's 3-1 Capitals. Oh, incidentally, John at Shootout is donating to the raffle prize for Digital to DiceCon. One of the raffle prizes is the Shootout game and 3 seasons of your choice, I believe he said. Again, it's all by email and PDF, so there's nothing print with that. But if you're interested in Shootout and you're coming to Digital to DiceCon, and we just opened up more rooms, so if you need to book some rooms, put in the code, and those rooms should be open up and good to go. All right, so 3-1 for the Capitals. 3 minutes off the clock. And 32 is, nope, it's out of range. No penalty, no anything. So basically a lull, if you will. 3 minutes off the clock. So we got over 12 minutes gone in the period. A 9. There we go. Pittsburgh fighting back. Let's see who's going to get the Pittsburgh chance. Ooh, we got a rare play. So what's the rare play? It was a penalty shot for Talbot, and he did not score. So Talbot gets a penalty shot. He's hauled down, and he does not score on the play as Kolzig turns him aside, and that scoring chance for the Penguins goes by the wayside. That's how that played out. A minute off the clock. 68. Nope, that's neither team. We continue on. 2 minutes off the clock. Now we got about a little over 4 minutes to go in this second period. 84. That's right on the mark, right on the edge. So Washington with another scoring chance to put some distance between them. Who's going to get this one? D. So Lake. I'm not sure about this guy either. So Lake is going to get it. Lake. Another one from the blue line, and this is a potential save. So Fleury 6-8 and 12. And yes, he will make the save. So Fleury with a great save. And he turns aside Leach. I'm not sure if that's how to say his name because I'm not familiar with him. Again, this is a newer season for me. And again, I know a lot of people, but I don't know nearly as many people as I do from the 70s. So we got 1 minute off the clock. In an 82. No, that's not going to be anybody. 2 minutes off the clock. So now we get just over a minute to go here in the second period. 24. No. Okay, I only got a minute to flip. And I get 2 minutes and time will run out. So let's tally up what happened here in the second period. So Pittsburgh comes away with absolutely nothing. Washington picks up a goal. They will lead this 3-1. Now Pittsburgh with one scoring chance in that period, and I roll my dice, and a 1-5 is 10. So they put 10 shots on the net. They now have 23 shots, and 2 chances here for Washington in the period with a 5 again, and that's going to be 14 again. So Washington 28 and Pittsburgh 23 for shots on goal for those of you scoring at home. All right, let me just shuffle my cards here for the third period. Anybody else cold here? It is still like absolutely freezing here. Last night I'm at the rink. I think I told you during the chat. I come outside to the rink at 11 o'clock at night, and it was 30 degrees, maybe even 29. Holy cow! I was like, wow, that was cold. And then today I get up and do my thing. We had some nice weather up in New Hampshire today for a while. And then I come home and it's back into the 30s again. There it is. It's second week of April. We're still in the 30s. As David comes by and he says, the Marines win finally. Okay. I'm not sure what that means, but good for you. And AP. Hi, AP. Good to see you. Playing some shootout hockey tonight. I just picked up the 2007-2008 season, and we got it on the table. I had to get some Ovechkin going, and Juckett suggested the 07-08 season, so that's what we went with. And so we have it in shootout here. We might have it in something else pretty soon. You never know. But we're going to go shootout here tonight. Okay, so as you can see, it is 3-1 Washington. Bradley, Gordon, and Backstrom, the goals. Ovi has 1 assist. Whitney from Malkin over here for the Penguins. And that's where we stand. So let's start off the third period here. A minute off the clock. And we got a 37. That's going to be absolutely nothing. And we have 2 minutes off the clock. So I'm just getting my cards together over here. So 2 minutes off the clock. And 66. Nope. Order 66. Absolutely nothing. Another minute off the clock. A slow-moving third period. This is good for the Penguins. They need scoring chances. 31. Nope. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Another minute off the clock. Wow, this is a slow-moving period here. 74. Nope. Nothing. 2 minutes off the clock. So we played just over 6 minutes. 76. That's no scoring either. So, oh, Mariners. Okay. The Mariners. 2 minutes off the clock. Anything going to happen in this period? 25? No. So Washington stymieing Pittsburgh at every turn right now. Just a minute, though. We're halfway through this period. And 71? Nope. Pittsburgh cannot get this puck going. 3 minutes. That's a big chunk right there. Over 12 to play. Time running out. And the penalty on the Penguins. Penalty A away. So who's going to get this penalty? X and Y2. And I do have an X. And that's it. So I don't have any more. Oh, I have another X over here. So, and Y2. Again, I'm not really going to be worried about keeping stats for this game, so to speak. So we're just going to call it a penalty. We'll just go to the first guy. We're going to go to Route 2. All right, so in the third period at 12:48, we got Route 2. And he's going to go for 2 minutes. So he had a fight earlier in the game, and now he gets this. So he's going to sit. Hang on 1 second here. I want to open my window. The heat kicked on. Let me shut off the heat. For some reason, when the heat kicks on, it goes right here. And I just get really hot with all these lights. And too hot. Face getting red. All right, so what do we have right now? We have slow-moving period. Yeah, it happens. And when you're winning, that's what you want. When you're losing, you want that clock to stop to check for scoring chances because you need scoring chances. All right, so we so Route 2's in the box. So we got a power play here for Washington. All right, so a 35. Nope, that's the first minute of the power play. Nothing happening. And here's the second minute of the power play. 29. Nothing happening. So a good penalty kill by the Penguins. But they only got about 5 minutes left, and 1 minute is gone. 83. Almost. Washington killing this period here. Another minute off the clock. We got 3 minutes to play. 25. That is nothing. All righty, so 3-1. Another minute off the clock. Anything going to happen here? 69? No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do my own little thing here. I get 2 minutes to play. I'm going to take the goaltender out with 2 minutes to play because we need 2 goals. So I'm going to take the goaltender out here. Now, what I do with goaltender out, I usually do 2 flips. That's just me. And so, So it's 30 seconds to flip instead of 1. That's really the only home rule I use in this game. And also, if I'm going to pull the goalie with 2 minutes left, any empty net goal wins it, as it does with 1 minute left. So I get 2 flips. Okay, so there's nothing. So we're down to the final minute here, and nothing. So we got 1 more flip. And I'll go off the blue this time. And a score! And Pittsburgh will score a little late, though, because that is the last play of the game. So let's see. They cash in late A, and that's going to be Malkin. So at 19:12, Malkin scores, but it's too little, too late. Let's see who gets the assists here. So D1 is out there with Malkin. And so we're going to get the right wing. So it's going to be Armstrong. So Malkin from Armstrong. And anybody else here going to get an assist? And Malone. So the whole line. So they score, but that is it. That is the final roll of the period. And so the final score here in Washington, it's a close one, but it's going to be 3-2 Washington. The Penguins will score here. Let's check our last bit of, we'll call that a scoring chance. So no scoring chances except for that. We'll call that a scoring chance. And a 1 and 4. So just 8 shots on net. And over here, oh boy, 5 shots. So Washington with just 5 shots on net in that third period as they were playing a lot of defense. So we have, what do we have? 23 and 8. So that's 31 shots on net. And over here, 28 and 5 is 33. So that's kind of our final standings here. So that is that. Fleury will get the loss. Kolzig will get the win. And Washington will take game 1 tonight here at home. Let's see. I think I wanted to play San Jose. So we're going to do one more game tonight, okay? So we're going to go San Jose taking on Washington. So let me clear my scoring range here. Let's get a new score sheet. I got to print some more score sheets to bring to D2D-Con. All righty. So, San Jose at Washington. Okay. So, let's see who's going to be in net here. We're going to go Nabokov. And we'll go Kolzig again. All right, we'll go best against best. Okay, so Nabokov, oh, he's a B. He's a good goalie. He's a B. Kolzig is still a D. Let's roll. Let's roll to see what goes on here. So, away San Jose. Oh, they'll be a D today. So, San Jose looking good. So, they're a D. Washington, they're a C. So, the teams got a lot of sleep last night, and they brought their A game. So we should be good to go here with some good hockey and some good crispy duck. All right, so San Jose, they're a D, shooting on Kolzig, who's a D. So let me change, go to this chart again. So we got a D, and that's going to be 1-19. So San Jose, 1-19. Washington, C on B. Oh, that's not very good. Oh, that's the same as the last game, though. 84 to 100. So that's where we are with our ratings. So we said 1-19. And if I add 15, it's at 34 on the power play. Okay. So that's San Jose. And Washington, we said, was 84 to 100 again. And I think we said we bring that down to 69 to 100 on the power play. All right, here we go. Game 2 of our doubleheader tonight as we play some 2007-2008 shootout hockey as we take a look at Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals from 2007-2008. I want to thank John from Shootout for sending that over so I can show it off tonight. Again, shootoutHockeyGame.com is the website. Go pick up this game. Very inexpensive. A lot of seasons available. Fun time. Very fun time. This is one of my first games I ever played, and as you can see, I'm still playing it quite often. Okay. Again, I use 2 decks, and I just kind of mix them up between them is what I do. I will eventually try it again with dice, but it goes so much faster here with this. In the fast action card, you can get 0 minutes and 4 minutes, whereas the dice, it's always 1, 2, or 3 minutes. So you get a little more variety with the fast action cards. Okay, so let's kick things off here. San Jose and Washington. So let's get it right this time, Dave. 3 minutes off the clock. 1, 2, 3. 3 minutes off the clock. A 93 right off the bat. A chance for the Capitals. Q. That's going to be Kozlov. So Kozlov with the chance. Kozlov from the face-off circle. Kozlov, no goal. Turned aside by Nabokov. So the first chance of the game is shot down. We have 2 minutes off the clock. And a 44, that's going to be a penalty on the away team. So San Jose will get a call. Penalty A, which is a minor. Do I have a Z or an X2? Well, hold the phone. Hold the phone. A Z or an X2? I do not see a Z, and I do not have an X2. I have a regular X, but that is different than an X2. I get 3 X's, but not an X2. So the ref misses the call. That's kind of how that goes. The ref misses the call, and we play on, and Washington is not happy about that. 4 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 66. That's nothing, so we play on. 2 minutes off the clock. 48. Another penalty check. Another penalty check on the Penguins. Penalty A. Do I have an S or a Z3? Well, I do have some S's. So we will get some penalties here. So we're going to give it a Shelley, the fourth line guy. So in the first period at 10:06, Shelley. I don't know if he wrote Frankenstein or not, but so it's going to be a power play here for Washington. So now we're going to look at 69 to 100, giggity. All right, so here's the first minute of play. 94, yes, chance on the power play for Washington. Who's going to get this chance? B. Ovechkin. Ovi on the power play. All righty. So let's look to see where he's shooting from. From the power play. Oh, he's shooting from the blue line. Oh, so I got to look here in the next card. Potential save by Nabokov. So Nabokov, his save is 7 and 8. And it's a 90 scores. Ovi will score on the power play. And the Capitals take a 1-0 lead. So B is Ovi, right? So Ovechkin scores. And we're going to call this 11-21. That's going to be on the power play. Let's check for assists, shall we? So out there with Ovechkin is defensive line 2. And it's going to be Backstrom, the center, and Kozlov, the right wing. So Ovi from Backstrom and Kozlov. And it's 1-0 home team, and they're going crazy here. And Demi says, I need to pick up this game. You should. You should. This is fun. It's easy. It's fun. And you can get full stats if you want. I kind of play 3/4 stats. I'm not too worried about getting everything just right. But, you know, if you were playing a replay, you have the chance to get a lot of accurate stats if you want to keep all that stuff, especially like penalties and stuff like that. All right, how many minutes off the clock? So we have 1 minute off the clock. We have a 96. That's another chance over here for Washington. C is Semin. Was that Alex Semin, Andrew Semin? All right, so Semin's going to get it. From the slot, best chance. Uh-oh, potential save. Nabokov, 7 or 8 on the save. No, he scores. That's a 5. And Semin makes it 2-0. And he will score at 12:30. So a minute and 9 seconds later, it's going to be Semin putting it home. Let's see who's going to get the assists. He's out there with D2. So we have the right D. So it's going to be Pothier. And who else? 6, is there a 6 somewhere on nope. And nope. So we'll flip one more. In the center. And so Leitch. He'll get the assist. He got one in the last game. I still don't know who he is, so apologies if I got it wrong. 2 minutes off the clock. 5 minutes to go here in the second period. 29-0. Still no scoring chances for San Jose. 1 minute off the clock. 26. Close, but no cigar. Another minute off the clock. Penalty on the home team. All right, so let's see who this penalty is on. Oh, it's a penalty B. A penalty B. Oh, we have a potential fight. Do we have a 2? Yes, we have Erskine and Shelley are going to get in a fight. So we have another fight here. So we'll call this at 16:26. And Shelley goes into the box. He has a scrap with Erskine, who seems to be getting in all our fights. And so we will continue on. That doesn't affect the man's strength, so we'll just play on. A minute off the clock here. Still in the first period. 18. There's a chance. Finally, San Jose with a chance. Maybe that fight stirred something up. So we have H. And that's going to be Setaguchi. Wow, the fourth line out here. Setaguchi from the face-off circle. No goal. No goal. Setaguchi is denied as Kolzig comes up big. 3 minutes off the clock, and that'll end the first period. So, score after 1, it's Washington 2 and San Jose absolutely nothing. All right, let's take a look at our shots on net. So for San Jose, a 1 and a 5 is going to be 10 shots. And 2 and 6 is going to be 14 shots. So the Capitals continue to pile up the shots on net. I think that shot runs a little high sometimes. But when I find when I do it off the fast action cards, I even get more shots on net. P-Jet comes by as we have some Sharks action on the table from 07-08. I just picked this one up tonight, so I wanted to roll a couple of games here and have some fun with it. Had a fun playoff game in New Hampshire today. The home team won, so I got one more game this season. Of course, it's got to go all the way down to the end, right? So I'll have game 4 Saturday, and win or lose, I think I'm done because they'll be on the road, and I don't really go on the road with them. So we got one more home game, and then they'll be on the road one way or another. They'll either be playing in Massachusetts and or New Jersey. I haven't got the full schedule yet, but I don't think I'll be going to either one of those. I might go to Game 5, depending when Game 5 is. If that's a deciding Game 5, maybe I'll get out and support the team. I got to see. All righty. So here we go. Second period action. 3 minutes off the clock here in Washington. It's kind of a gold. It's not an orange. It's kind of a gold. My printer does not do well printing with colors. I don't know if it's a setting. I got to check that. But even the reds look maroon. I can't get a bright red out of that printer to save my soul. So it's not an orange. It's really kind of like a Washington Redskins gold is what it is. So we have an 85. Yes, there's going to be a chance here for Washington. And that's going to be B. Ovechkin again. Ovechkin from the slot, and Ovechkin will score. So quickly here in the second period, we're only 2:21 into the second period, and Ovi scores again, his second of the game. So Ovi with a goal. And so line 2 was out there with him. So he's his own left wing. So let's try 6. What did we say? It was line 2 out there. Yeah, so is there any 6s over here? Nope. So we're going to get one more assist, and it's going to be the center, Backstrom. So Ovi from Backstrom. And Ovechkin's cashed in twice, and he's got the the Capitals up 3-0 now over the Sharks. Yeah, this is 07-08. That's when they had that blue and that gold, I think is what it was. Yeah, I think you're right. All right, so a minute off the clock here. 46, penalty away. So San Jose, R and Z. I have an R, and I have another R. So they will get a penalty here. Again, I'm not keeping track of full penalties, so we'll just go to the first guy. So we'll go to Setaguchi. All righty. So he'll get the penalty here. So in the second period at 3:01, Setaguchi will get a 2-minute minor. And the Capitals go on the power play. All right, so here's the first flip of the power play. A 57. That's going to be a penalty on the Capitals. So there goes that power play. Perhaps. W and Z2. Yeah, so we have Semin. And we don't have a Z2, but as long as we have one guy here. So Semin's going to go. And he's going to go in at 4:38. So we got 4-on-4 right now for one flip. And, another penalty on the home team. Holy cow. So let's see who this is going to be on. Z and X2. You know, I don't see a Z or an X2. No, so they missed the call, and San Jose is not happy about that, but they still will get a flip on the power play. 73, nope, nothing's going to happen. All right, so we're back to normal action now. 3 minutes off the clock. 1, 2, 3. It is still 3-0 Capitals. 92, Washington with a scoring chance. C. Didn't we have him before? Semin. So Semin's going to get a chance. Let me save that so I know who scored the goal, if they get a goal. Semin from the blue line. No goal. Turned aside. So Nabokov with a big stop here. 3 minutes off the clock. 1, 2, 3. And it's an 80. Nope, nothing. 1 minute off the clock. 62. That is nobody. 3 minutes off the clock. So we're down to about 3 and change to go here in this second period. 40. That is nobody. This could end the period. Nope, we still got time. 65. Nope, there's only a minute left. So if I get a minute or less. Nope, 2, that'll end the period. And I used to take one last roll at the end of each period, and then I found out that I kind of didn't need to do that. So the score at the end of 2 now, Washington 3 and the Sharks nothing. Let's take a look at our shots on net. No scoring chances for San Jose, so they will get 6 shots on net. And 2 scoring chances, just 6 shots on net for them too. So right now, 20-16 are the shots on net in favor of Washington as we go to the third period. Oh, boy. Let me do one more shuffle. I do have my electronic shuffler. I almost brought it over, but I didn't know how noisy it would be. All right, so there's one shuffle. And we'll come over here and we'll get ready for the third period. Washington, San Jose, 2007, 2008. All right, here we go. Can the Sharks come back? 2 minutes off the clock here in the third period. 36 is absolutely nothing. 3 minutes off the clock. 2. All right, so San Jose will get their first scoring chance since the first period. Who's going to get it? F. Jeremy Roenick. All right, JR with a chance. Let's see what JR can do. JR from the slot. And JR will score. Jeremy Roenick gets the Sharks on the board here in the third period at the 4:50 mark. So 4:50, they got Roenick. And he puts the Sharks on the board. Let's take a look at assists. So we have D1 out here with Roenick. And it's going to be the right D. So that'll be Ehrhoff. And who else? Roenick's right wing is Setaguchi. So Setaguchi's had a busy day. And they're on the board here in Washington. It is now 3-1 for the Capitals. 3 minutes off the clock, though. That's a big chunk of time. 40. Nope, nothing. 2 minutes off the clock. 78. That is nothing. No time off the clock. How about that? I drew a 0. Penalty on the away team, though. Let's see what it's going to be. Yeah, I get some U's. So we're going to give it to Marleau, right? We're going to have Marleau sit in the box at 9:16. So Marleau is going to go, and he's not going to be happy about that. So another power play for the Capitals here. All right, so here's the first minute of the power play. 11. Shorthanded bid, San Jose. F. JR, Jeremy Roenick out there killing the penalty. Shorthanded bid for Roenick. Now, because it's shorthanded and it's automatically blue line, I don't flip 2 cards. There's no sense. So I'm going to go right here on the next card. Roenick shorthanded. No goal. He's turned aside by Kolzig. Nice bid by JR, though. This is the second flip of the power play. 91, Capitals, power play chance. D. Lake again. This guy Lake is like everywhere. From the slot on the power play, score. Lake will score on the power play, and that will come at 11:57, and it's now 4-1 for Washington. He's out there with D2. So we have left wing with Lake, so Semin. And the whole line, so Fleischman. Alrighty, so Capitals putting some space between them and the Sharks. It is now 4-1. 3 minutes off the clock. Wow, that's a big chunk of change right there. 97, Capitals again. B, Ovechkin. Ovechkin from the face-off circle. Ovechkin turned aside by Nabokov. So Nabokov keeping the Sharks in it for a little while longer. A minute off the clock. They're running out of time. 71. Nobody. 2 minutes off the clock. We got 2 minutes and change to play. 49. Penalty B. We might have another fight here. Penalty B. Ooh, okay, so this is something different. We got a Y2. We don't have a Y2 on a slash, so that goes by the board. So now we flip for the home team. 1 and 2 on a fight. Do we have a 1 over here? We don't. So that's the visit. That's the home, I believe. So Erskine was looking for somebody to fight with, but they don't have that over here. So I'm playing that as no fight, bunch of pushing and shoving. And again, I'm not really keeping stats, so it's not that big of a deal. 3 minutes off the clock, and that ends the game. So let's get our final tally here. And the Sharks will pick up 1 in that third period, as will Washington. And Washington will take this one 4-1. Final shots on goal. Oh, boy. 6. So they only got 22 total shots on the net. Washington with 2 scoring chances with a 4. And that'll be 10. So they'll have 30. So the final shots on goal, 30-22. And that's what I got going on here tonight. So we had 2 games here tonight. Washington wins them both, a 4-1 win over San Jose and a 3-2 win over Pittsburgh. And that's a quick look at the 2007-2008 shootout hockey season, which I just picked up tonight. So hope you enjoyed that. I had some fun with that. That was a good time. A little different, especially when you pick up a new season. So anyway, all righty. I'm Dave from Studio B. I got to work tomorrow night and then see what goes on over the weekend. And then, I got that game Saturday. I forgot. I got a game Saturday, playoffs. Can't forget. So I'm Dave. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Have a great night. Bye-bye.